Hey guys, welcome back to Bootleg Report, where I report my latest findings on all your botanical needs. So, you might have seen this come out a few days ago, but we have here a new Peak Pro from Puffco themselves. So, what's so special about this? Well, they're going to harp on the app a little bit, it looks like. They've got this new carb cap for the 3D chamber, and it looks like this version ships with the 3D chamber stock, which is not something the previous Peak Pro did. They also have these new laser cutouts in the glass itself now, which is supposed to help with more percolation and getting it more vapor out of it. And if I remember correctly, I believe the app is updated, and I believe an actual app now and not something that's web-based. But the main takeaway is going to be these here. Actually, not even the temperature control. The previous one did that. But the fact that it now ships with the 3D chamber and it has the joystick cap. So it makes you wonder, well, what's the really huge difference? If you had a previous Peak Pro, then who's this designed for? Who's this for? Well, to put it simply, this is for somebody who does not already have the first gen Peak Pro. This isn't a big enough difference between the first gen Peak Pro and what we're seeing now to justify buying it if you already had the first gen Peak Pro. Because if you have the first gen Peak Pro, yours did not ship with the 3D chamber, but you can buy that separate on the store. And that's kind of the magic behind everything, right? Like, this is what Puffco is selling you at this point. The literal base of the machine is the same. I think the actual unit that you're holding with your hand is the same. The glass is different, and the chamber now ships with what it should have shipped with, but nothing else. So why do they do this? What's the point? Well, originally, the first Peak Pro, Gen 1, we'll call it, Gen 1 Peak Pro, right? That shipped with the original plain Jane chamber, and you could buy the 3D chamber as an attachment later on if you chose to. Well, the Proxy came along, and that shipped with the 3D chamber originally. So that put their original flagship, their first Gen Peak Pro, at risk, because it now did not ship with the latest and greatest. It was still the flagship, just by name though, not for the technology to back it up. So now the Peak Pro is on par, and it's reestablished itself as the flagship by shipping with the absolute best technology that they can push out for it, and versus the Proxy with its 3D chamber initially. So if you had a first gen Peak Pro and you're tempted to get this one, I would personally just recommend, getting a 3D chamber if you don't already have one. Plus, remember, the glass can hot swap on the Peak Pro. You don't have to get the Puffco brand glass. You can find third party as well. But it looks like it's just a glass upgrade, and it ships with the chamber that it should be shipping with finally. So this is great. And oh wait, look at that too. You can get the ball cap. You can get any version of the ball cap you want. You don't have to get the one that's shown in the stock photos, but regardless, this is great for someone who doesn't already have a Peak Pro. And if you're looking to upgrade, you have a few solutions here. There's no reason to go spend the full 420 if you already have it, But yeah, I think that helps kind of clarify a little bit of like, who is this for? What's the purpose of this? It's a small micro upgrade. It's similar to Apple just making a new iPhone every year. Is there really a big enough difference to make you want it? No. Give it maybe another generation or two before then. But regardless, it does all the same things. I'm curious about this app though. Let's take a look. Yeah, just pretty straightforward. Looks like the first one anyway. I think there's more lighting options now, which if they put some extra LEDs inside the base, that's pretty cool. But again, do you want to spend another 420 for a few extra LEDs? That's entirely up to you. No one can tell you how to spend your money. So yeah, I thought that would be a little helpful. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.